everyone, so today we'll be doing a part 2 to Tuesday's video. It's sort of part 2 because on Tuesday we made these little Loom knit yarn flowers things. This one turned out a little weird, but I still like it. And we're doing part 2 because in that video I kind of told you some things you could do with them. Like you could just put it in and use it as a bookmark, which would be really easy and it'd be already done. You wouldn't have to do anything to it, just leave a tail on it, however long your book is. Or here's a couple other things. I made a couple more so we could do this. One has this yarn cut off, so you can, I'll show you how to tie these on. One has one on because it's just easier. Because you can like put them on like a bag, like this. I made this bag. Or you could attach them on a hat. Or you could attach it on one of my Loom knit bracelets that I made. Which I will, if you have not seen the other video, I'll link it down in the description below. And I can link the hat, how you make one of these hats, not with this edge, but still a hat and a bracelet at the down in the box below too. I can link them all down below, so you can go find any of them. Or if you already have them made and you want to just spruce them up, this is how you do it. There's two ways. You can either just sew your flower directly to your object like this, and then boom, you're done. Or you could take your thing and you could tie it onto a safety pin. Because then, say you put it on your hat today, and then tomorrow you want to put it on your bracelet or something. You can switch it. Or you can take it off and put it on your bag or something. You can switch it. So safety pin is temporary, whereas the sewing it is like permanent. You could obviously cut it off if you wanted to, but it's just a whole lot of work. But I like both ways because like I want to permanently sew the flower to my bracelet, which I'm going to teach you how to do. But I don't want to permanently sew it to my hat, so I'm just going to put it on a safety pin, then pin it. That's why I did pink and orange for this, and then pink and white for this one. And then these are just my other ones that I made in the video. First, we're going to do the sewing on one. But first, we're going to, you can see, I left, for my bunch of them, I just left the long tail on in case I wanted to do something with them. But for this one, just to show you how, I cut the yarn off. Just in case like you cut it off and you just do it somewhere. You make a whole bunch of them, you didn't know what you're going to do with them. First, you're going to use a white yarn, which I just have this piece that, this is the piece that I actually cut off, I just saved it. And you're going to need a little skinny crochet hook. You're going to need to look right here at the bottom. And you're going to need to just like stick it in a little bit, not in the pink. Just stick it in like a loop or two, something like that. Or like just one strand like that. Then take your yarn, grab it, and pull it through that. So it goes through. You don't want too much because you want to have to chop off too much and waste it. You take these like this, pull as close as you get. Use as little as possible. You do need a little bit, obviously, because you do. And then you just tie it like twice. Now, like I said, if you didn't cut your yarn off, this step is optional. It's just in case you did, or if you like you accidentally did or something. That one's attached to come off. Then you just cut off this little extra bit, and then boom, you have it tied on. Where'd my yarn needle go? I'll be right back. I had to find my yarn needle. It disappeared. So I'm back. I turned I put it away. I just forgot I did. So now that you have your yarn attached, you take the object you're going to sew it to, which for me is this bracelet. If you're doing a bracelet, you want to fold it in half and find the center point opposite of where the button lines up. See how this is the ends. You want to line those up like that and then find the center point. Unless you don't really care. Then do whatever you want. But for me, I'm going to find the center point, which is right here. For now, to remember where it is, I'm going to stick this skinny crochet hook up through it, because it's an easy way to remember. Now, again, you have two options. You could either sew it through using your skinny crochet hook, or you could put a yarn needle on. I'm going to put a yarn needle on because it's just easier. I just happen to have it right here. No one found it anyways. So for me, and you can, for me, I'm going to unbutton this. You also want to make sure you, when you find in the center, you want to make sure that you line it up flat, because you want to sew the flower to like the back side of your bracelet. You want to line up, so this is the front. So then I close it up like this. And then there's the center and the top. So I'm going to stick my crochet hook through it until I get my flower started sewing to it, because I remember where it is. So now, since my flower is attached and my needle, I'm going to go right next to where the crochet hook is, just stick my needle straight through, and now I can take the crochet hook out because it's just in my way. I'm going to tie it, pull this all the way up, so your flower is like that. And then you want to, on this side, you don't want to go back in straight through the same place because then it'll just come right back out again. You want to go over a little bit so you're not coming in and out the same spot. On this side, you can come right out the same spot because it's okay. You pull it tight so that your flower is attached like that, and then you can stitch through it. And if you want, instead of just having your flower be attached to one thread, you can go through on the bottom, this is optional, and stitch through your flower a little bit, just to make it like complete round, and then you can go back through your bracelet again. I'm going to go over and do a little bit different part now, like this. You don't really need to go through it once, and then it's probably good, but if you just want to make sure it's extra secure. And now I'm going to tie it off on the back, which is why I went to the back. And you can go through and stitch a few times if you want to make sure it's really good. But I think it's good, so I'm just going to go and tie off of the back now. So now you just find a place on the back and just grab some yarn, stick your needle through. Don't pull it all the way through, and then pull your needle off. So you have two pieces like this, and then tie it in a couple knots. Like this. You tie it in one, and then I'm going to go with two, just because you can't always trust a single knot. And then you take it, and you cut it off. And then you can throw it away. And then you have a bracelet, and I can put the button back on because the button is nice. You can unbutton it, but with my arm size and with the stretchy yarn, it just fits like this. And then boom, you have a flower. Again, you could follow my next steps on how to put it on a safety pin. Then you can take it off or put different colors on. But this is how you sew it on if you just want it permanent and you're sure you want it on forever. But now we're going to be attaching a flower to my hat, which of course you could attach. You could do the sewing thing to the hat or to a bag or to a scarf. I just did it to a bracelet because what I wanted it permanently to fix to. But now we're going to use this flower, which I already have the yarn on, so you don't need to. I'm not going to do the other step. But this time I'm not going to attach it to a hat. Even though, like I said, you could sew it to the hat, you could safety pin it to the bracelet. I'm just doing, this is the ones I'm doing for each of them. For this, we're going to be sewing it, we're going to be tying it to the safety pin. Now first you become familiar with your safety pin. You want to open it and make sure you don't want to tie it to this side because it just slide right off. You want to tie it to this side. You could like just sew it around a whole bunch, or you can then like, once a way I'm sure you could sew it on, but this is the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go take my needle, because the yarn getting it through some spots sometimes is hard, so I'm going to put it on the needle because it just makes the world easier. It's also easier to show you probably. So this is my side that opens. If you feel safe, you can even leave it open while you're doing this, but I'm not going to because I will poke myself. It's guaranteed. So you can hold it like this so that the open side is on the bottom. You want the flower to be sewn on this side so that you can pin this side to your whatever your object is. So first, I'm going to just go right through the pin, pull it down close, and then I'm going to go back around and go through it again. So it's wrapped around the pin twice now. And you kind of want to get it like, if it's not off, it's like off center, you can always just like tuck this part in wherever you're sewing it to and you won't see it. And I want to wrap it again, because you want to have it wrapped around a few times so it's good and secure instead of just knotting it on once and then it's all floppy and loose. You know, pull that tight, like that. And then, now I have to take it off the needle because my needle won't fit through this end part, which I want to hook some yarn through is to keep it more secure in one place. But it won't fit through there, so I have to just stick the yarn through. So I'm going to stick it right through this end, right here. You want to try to keep it not all twisted and stuff, and you want to just pull that tight. You also want to make sure you don't pull your petals all weird when you're doing this. And see, it's going to make it be a little off center, but you can always just tuck this inside your object. And now I got wrapped around a few times, so now it's like fairly secure. Now I want to go and I want to take it. You see how this is? This is the side that's open, so you don't want to sew anything on this. So now I'm going to go back up. I'm way down here, but I'm going to go back up, go through the main part of the pin, and then pull it like that so it's two pieces, and then pull that down nice and tight and tie it in a knot. Which is a little difficult to do on camera. But I hope you get what I mean. You just pull it like that, and get it all nice and tight, and then you just tie it in a knot. Which should secure it to your safety pin. I'm sure you can do it other ways. This is just how I'm choosing to do it. So make sure you pull everything tight before you tie the knot tight. My knot's being a little weird at the moment. Come on. I'll be right back when I get this figured out. My knot tied weird. So I'm back again. I got it figured out. It was just tied weird. And it just looked weird. It was really just right. It was right, actually. And now I got it like that. And now I gotta take the yarn and tie another knot, because you don't want to rely on just one knot if you can double knot it. You could triple knot it, but I'm just gonna double knot it and think it's good for now. And then you just take the scissors and you cut this stuff off. Just like this. Then you have a safety pin attached to it. And you want to open up your safety pin. Mine's got yarn caught on it already. Fun. Try not to get it caught in the petal loops. If you can, avoid it. It's a good thing too, because it's not fun getting it unhooked. There, mine went. Oh, unhook. Now it looks like that. And now you're going to take your safety pin and just find a place on your hat, which for me I'm going to go with right here. It looks about good. Go through a bunch of it. Like that. And then you just take your safety pin and you just stick it back inside a little bit, the big part of it. And then you have a flower. Like that. And obviously you could safety pin, like I said already a few times, safety pin it to the bracelet and you could sew it to the hat. This is just, I wanted it permanently attached to the bracelet. I didn't want to permanently attach it to that. Of course you could also take it off and you could safety pin it to like a bag, or you could safety pin it to anything. You could safety pin it to a shirt or whatever. I just think it looks best on the hat because you see how it dangles a little weirdly. This just covers that up a little bit. If you put it in like a shirt, it'd look weird. So yeah, this is part 2 to the other video. So if you watch this one, give this a thumbs up if you like it, where I show you how to use the things I teach you how to make. And comment down below if there's a part 2 to any other video I've already made that you would like to see, because I could try to do it. And subscribe. Bye!